Hey everybody, today's video is going to be a actually two-part video where we start with the evolution and progression of the portable travel espresso maker systems, starting here with the older ones, moving on to how we tried to fine-tune here, and then eventually we're going to move and look into what I feel is going to be the best possible portable travel espresso making system you can get right now. Do a bit of an unboxing with this grinder over here, pair it up with the iKape K2 Pro, and see what kind of results we get. Before we explore any kind of these different systems, my producer wanted to make sure that we use the Polar Express to bring in some quality espresso beans. Now, the overall general goal in going through the progression and evolution of this, again, these are my personal systems, but it kind of shows an example of really what used to be the technology moving on, and then obviously up through today, which has really improved dramatically. The goal was always the ease of use, the speed, consolidate the total number of items needed, the overall portability of the system, and then of course, the quality of the espresso that came out of each one of these systems. Spoiler alert, but if you are getting into portable espresso, I would recommend one of these three systems and just avoid the headaches over all of those entry-level systems. So back when I was first getting into espresso, I didn't know if I would continue down the espresso path too much, so I really started with some simpler units. Here was a simple hand grinder, really wasn't that great, very inexpensive. It had ceramic burrs in there, which you'll see are really not the best, and they start to chip over time. Took a long time to get any kind of decent espresso grind out of there. That combination I also had with this older style, which is actually discontinued K-Flow system, which had two cups. It was a pull-apart system here. The secondary cup would go here. This would revert over top of the cup. And this is where you had the quote-unquote portafilter basket that you would just load the grinds into here, close it up, connect this unit, and then actually on the top side was the water reservoir. You can see down in there. Pretty simple and basic, but obviously, again, all ABS plastic, so all the water's touching ABS. Not ideal, but conceptually it worked. Then you would raise the pump, press through the hot water, and obviously you needed a system for hot water, or you need access to hot water boiling. And that would essentially do it. It was very watery, runny, not a great shot, but it really served my me on the road for what I needed, and it did a decent enough job. As I moved on and I moved away from that system, I moved into definitely a very good system, which was the Wacaco Picopresso right here. Again, you did need to travel with this, so you needed some sort of ability to get access to boiling water. So I ended up getting one of these 300 watt portable kettles, which was again great, but you did need access to wall power to get that going. Wacaco Picopresso also needed the access to a grinder, so I started with quote unquote a little more advanced grinders that had these ceramic burrs here. Decent enough. They did a bit better than that hand grinder, obviously, so I could set that, walk away, and just have it grind for quite some time. This was another just ceramic grinder, really not that great. Wasn't impressed by this one. But this little combination right here definitely did a lot better and was an upgrade. The Picopresso is a great little unit, still has a great following. I really appreciate it because it's got the bottomless portafilter here. All the tools are built, within inside of it. So you have the tamper built into it. You have a variety of different tools in here. You've got a little bit of a funnel for the grind. Even comes with a little WDT tool that was fine enough. A little brush, like I said, they're everywhere. And this one was a similar concept where you actually did have also a little expandable spoon. Whoops. A little bit of an expandable spoon slash cup slash grounds cup, which was handy. Pretty cool. Had a water screen, and then went right into the portafilter basket. So you put your grinds in there, load up your water. Oops. Put on your water filter screen. Load it up. Fill your water in here. Again, water is touching plastic in here. Not ideal, but it would suffice. And then here, your pump wise was in this manner to take the high pressure water through, push through the grinds, and you did need to find your own cup again, which is a one shortcoming of the Picopresso. But again, this was an extreme upgrade. This did a really good job. And I continue to use this when I really don't want to travel heavy, or I have access, I know I'm gonna have access to power, then I can go with this route. And this system has been great. In my continuing evolution and goal of trying to find ease of use, speed, and consolidate the total number of items and portability, I moved into this system, which was good. Again, quality of espresso here, I would say, is on par with Picopresso. In fact, I would almost favor the Picopresso a little bit more than this original Sarah Plus Pro unit. Good thing was with this one, I did upgrade to a stainless steel conical burr grinder. This guy has also been great. It's got like a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, so really lasts a long time. Simple little feature. Put the beans in there, grind right through, set your grind setting on an internal grind setting. In fact, this was originally designed for pour over. I just personally happen to enjoy espresso a bit more, but you do have that option. And again, I predominantly use this for grinds and getting a fine enough grind for an espresso grind on the road. So again, we did review this on the original video on my channel. I'll put a link of that up here. And you can see how it did work. It did boil its own water, which was really handy and helped eliminate the kettle portion on the road. So I was reducing the amount of total items needed, but I still wasn't quite at the level or quality of espresso that I was really trying to get out of my overall on-the-road system. Moving on, that's where I feel we're really going to expand into this newer set over here. Now, moving on to the current phase of where I feel this is progressing in my travel system, I'm really excited to look at this combination between the two. I've got the other half of the video is kind of an unboxing of this upcoming Viesimple or VieSimpleV6 This is a V6 Pro grinder. Let's see if we can take a look and open this up. Great thing about this unit that's been touted online, again, you've got an Allen key, you've got an instruction manual, a bit of a holding sleeve that will help protect this unit on the road. The great thing is, one, the battery life, two, the speed of this unit has really been touted online. What else do we get in here? We get a USB cable. I think it's a USB-A to USB-C. Yes, it is. USB-A to USB-C. Get that, set that aside. This also comes with a funnel for the top of this unit, and we'll see why. And another small brush. Like I said, they're everywhere. So that's what we have over there. And this unit also has an external grind size dial, which is handy. The top, the grinds cup is magnetic. As you can see there, it just has alternating polarity of magnets, which helps it find its own spot and rest in place. You can hear from this is all metal construction, strong, durable, a really nice unit. The top is held on with a friction on a silicone ring. It's just a simple top. You actually load the beans onto here. And so the company was wise enough to understand that that was a little bit too tight. So you actually load your beans up top here, give you a little bit of extra mouth to get those in. Once those beans are loaded up and scaled, you just simply hit the top and it grinds right through. Really excited to try this out. I want to test out the speed. We'll do a little bit of a test on that, see what kind of speed we get. And then pairing this up with the same iKape from last week, I think this is going to be an exceptional system and really produce an excellent cup of espresso. I'm excited to try this out. Before we go into a bit of a test with this system and see about the speed and ease and use and how far advanced this has come along, my producer wanted to make sure the Polar Express also brings in another set of espresso tools to help out with our system. Grab these. There we go. After having used all those other items, I really think my system is going to boil down to these key components. A lot of this is going to hinge upon the ease of use and success of this new grinder, but I feel there's going to be a lot of success here. There's been some really great YouTube reviews on the in-depth usage of this grinder. You know, Brew Coffee Home did a great review here, but some real touch points here are that it's got a 48 millimeter conical burr, 4,400 milliamp hour battery. Even the manufacturer lists out the Rockwell hardness scale of this conical burr at 55 HRC, which is really high HRC. There's some torque numbers on there, so it shows a lot of confidence in this manufacturer in their grinder. We're going to test it out, going to grind some beans, see how fast we can pull some shots through this, and see if everything here is going to work as planned. Okay, at this point I've set up as though I was traveling. I just unpacked and set up the entire system. I'll go ahead and put that time of how long it took me to set this up over on the side of the screen. Now at this point, we're going to go ahead and grind. I do have the beans in here, and I'm going to start at a grind of 10 and see how we generally do with the grinds and speed. I'll also put the speed on this. And that was extremely fast for the grinder. I'm very impressed with that already. We're going to take a look at the quality of those grinds. Okay, with those grinds finished up, I'm going to go and see about the retention. So we do have a little bit of retention. Thankfully, we have 335 different brushes I can select from. Start with this new one here. Be gentle here. Get it into the catch cup. And there we go. Set that aside. And at this point, I could just simply transfer over to my portafilter cup. Get a few taps. Sits there. Get the WDT tool going. These grinds are looking pretty good. Pretty impressive for a grinder like this. The speed again was excellent. Grind consistency is really solid for a conical burr grinder. Go ahead and pull a shot on this and see what kind of timing we're getting. And we'll probably again aim for a little bit ristretto. Usually about 18 in here. I've got 18 in here. Maybe pull about 34, 33 grams. And let's give that a try. Continuing with the process, obviously we're going to tamp down now with these excellent included accessories from iKape, or iKape. Apologies in advance to the company. So we finish that off. We have a good looking puck right there. Again, I'm going to brush off any excess. Go ahead and put down our puck screen. Have water preloaded. We did this timing in the last video, but we'll go ahead and do this again. Got a new scale. Gonna go ahead and tear this out. Gonna make sure we're on the drip water. It's gonna reset. This is a brand new scale as well. I'll put a link for that down below. I just like the fact that this one had the timer. It's small, it's portable. My other scale's been great, but it just didn't happen to have the timer ability on this. So this will have an automatic timer. And let's start this process. Okay, at this point, we have started the pre-infusion. We've got the shot pulling through. Let's see what kind of timing we're getting here, what kind of shot we are pulling through. And again, this was on a setting of 10 on that grinder. So looking a little bit fast, but that's good news. We're only on setting 10. So we do have the ability to refine this. That's going a bit too fast. Let's stop that. Okay, so that pulled pretty fast. So obviously that was faster than we wanted in terms of timing, but that's okay. This is good. It's good to know that at least even on setting 10, I had speed, I had good quality grind. I'm going to lower this a little bit and give that a second shot. Okay, so that's what you learn with new systems and understanding, the grind settings that you're going to go through. And obviously now I can perfect this before I go ahead and travel. I'm going to go ahead and try this actually down at a grind setting 8. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the time again in real time down at the bottom of the screen. Let's see what happens. And that is done in that time. Go ahead and transfer this and pull another shot. Need to come around to the side here to kind of operate this. We have finished on grind setting 8. Again, I can't speak enough positive comments about how fast this actually is compared to my old one. I did have that older steel grinder and it did a good job, but some of my biggest complaint was the amount of time it took. I mean, there were upwards of 4 minutes, sometimes 4.5, 5 minutes on the grind settings I was using for Espresso. So that was, not the end of the world, but it was taking quite a bit of time. A lot of the reason I got this is for the build. Again, all aluminum, really solid, stainless steel burrs, just a quality unit on this grinder. And of course, this speed. I'm really impressed by this speed. So let's go ahead and transfer this over. Best we can. There we go. Put this into the portafilter basket. Couple of taps. I make a mess. It's my fault, again, using a new system, but that's fine. It's part of the process. And we'll go ahead and use the WDT tool again and get this prepared for the next shot on the K2 Pro over there, which is loaded up and ready with water, and see if we can get a little bit better shot that's more consistent with a true espresso and the timing. We'll get this prepped. Tamp down. Again. And there we are. I'm going to set this up, put the puck screen on there, and get this on the stand and ready to go. All right, and the new portafilter basket is loaded up with grind size 8. We're going to start this process again, see if we get a better shot. Okay, boiling is done. We're going into pre-infusion now. I'm interested to see how grind setting 8 does through the K2 Pro. Currently pulling a shot. Bit better speed. You can note the speed here. Still a little bit quick, which is not too bad. That's significantly better than the last time. Let's see if I can get this one more upright. Let's see if we can drain through at about 33. Not bad. Okay. You can see there, really good crema. I'll take a sip. Wow, really good. Really impressive. Again, the main thing here was the speed of this system, consolidating the total items, the ease of use, and then the quality of the espresso here. So overall, the portability and everything that we've done here, I've been very impressed. I'm just going to continue to fine tune this in the coming days and weeks and get this really dialed in. But from the onset, I'm very impressed. Everything over here has been top notch. I'll put a little bit of summary down below and kind of talk through the different price points, obviously, of each one of these, as well as the original lineup that I had. I'll put the price points down there as I speak through them. That's obviously an important factor, and I recognize that, but it is something that I enjoy on the road, and so therefore I'm willing to spend a little bit more on some of these fine quality units. Thanks again for watching, and we'll look forward to the next one.